First, and I am not a preference in the industry, nor I am an authority in AI technology. I will just share my scope of experience with
شو هي
you
disclaimer؟
because I am
تزمط من حيلا شيء بدنا نحكي فيه هلا.
whatever. I'm still a learner.
اوكي
So don't think otherwise.
طيب
Thank
انا
you.
بس بدي اقول هلا ماي ديسكليمر اوكي لكل اللي عم يسمعونا
أوكي.
انه انت تحت الهواء مهددني. اوكي
بشو مهددك؟
مهددني انه لشو جرك انا لهون. يلا let's start.
You tried many times.
I will tell
I
you.
avoided many times,
Okay.
but I couldn't by end of the day to say no.
طيب I will tell you why I'm here. أول شيء هي أول مرة ما بكون أنا عم بصور البودكاست بلبنان. I'm in دبي لأنك عايش بدبي and منك متصالح مع لبنان. It's part of my mission is to bring you back to Lebanon. Hopefully
It's a hard mission, but it's okay.
لا it will come. It will come. It's my mission.
Okay.
Anyways, Emad Al-Ali, I was saying that one of the most brilliant brains أنا بنبسط لما قاعد أحكي أنا وياك ساعات وساعات وساعات وهلأ عيوني مبشمجين لأنه امبارح قعدنا للساعة 4-5 الصبح. So I hope that this podcast will be a glimpse of what I experience with you when we go and pick our brain and we talk these endless nights. And I would like to start with few introduction, few headlines. I'm not going to make it complicated. يكون معنا وقت نحكي about what I think we should be talking about.
That's fine.
I'm going to start by من الأخير لورا. Today, your founding member be Tomorrow, which is a creative solution agency. I will leave you أنت تتعرف عن Tomorrow مثل ما بدك later on. Before that, most of your career, or أنا بعتبرها هيك your wins, they were on Leo Burnett, being the regional executive creative director, leading on the new business be Leo Burnett for what we call the glory days. صح. Winning on the pitches, leading on the part pitches and all these. Who I know أنه كمان you were on top of STC لما كانت Leo Burnett building STC, or let's say working on STC back in the days. Before that, you were Chief Creative Officer بمكان Network in the region, Regional Creative Director in BBDO, regionally through Cyprus. بعرف كل مرة بكتشف وين كنت عايش. امبارح عرفت انه 25 years تقريبا you were in Europe before coming to the region. مجمع a lot of cultures. بتذكر امبارح كنت عم بقول لك عماد بشرفك انت اردني او لبناني from where لانه كل مره بتقول لي كنت هون وعشت هون ودرست هون وكنت هونيك. But the conclusion is living in Dubai or living in Beirut or living in Jordan or living in Europe.
I never lived in Jordan, but I respect and I'm very much related to the Jordanian culture.
Which is, I think it's interesting to say أنه كمان كنت مطرح مستشار للرويال family when it
No,
comes
not
to
the
specific.
royal family. No. The
Not?
Ministry of Investments.
Ministry of Investment.
Yes,
Cool.
correct.
طيب, let's start. Okay. أنا أكتر من هيك ما رح أعمل introduction. Let's start.
More than enough. Thank you.
أنا أكتر شيء I would like to start from is Leo Burnett.
Okay.
I had a beautiful podcast مع Mr. Farid Shahab. I had a lot of questions to ask أكتر من اللي سألته إياهم. بس I felt أنه يمكن أنت قادر تجاوبني بغير طريقة. You were so involved in Leo Burnett until 2011, right?
Correct.
You worked with Farid Shahab.
And I'm still working with Farid Shahab.
أكيد. You worked with Mr. Rajat Trad. You worked with Mr. Maher. كيف وكان في أنت وكتير يعني team هيك solid. كان في شيء very special about that era. I cannot claim that I know more than what I used to see. Definitely أنا كنت I was a young professional حدا I was looking at what Leo Burnett used to do. بس أنت كنت جوا بقلب الكيتشن. ليه Leo Burnett صارت بوقتها in the region probably the most dominant player. شو الرecipe شو secret recipe and where you were part of it.
again, my scope of experience and how I feel and what I thought. Leo Burnett is a brand is built on three pillars. The first pillar, Farid Shab, and I call him the passion part of Leo Burnett. He was a man of passion. Raja Trad, a man of vision. Maher Ashi, a man of mission. So you will find those three pillars built the brand Leo Burnett.
The vision,
Mission,
the mission,
and passion.
And the passion.
Farid used to say, it took me 25 years to build the right team. And today I say that it took me 3 years, luckily, to build the partnership with Ramzi Abu Azzuddin and with yourself, who I'm very much proud of you, to create tomorrow.
Thank you. هيدي disclaimer صغيرة. We're partners in tomorrow. بس أنا I see myself the third leg.
Look,
يعني أنت ورمزي you're heavyweight.
No,
أنا حدا
no,
in the
no.
making.
Listen.
Let's go back to Leo Burnett. Let's go back to Leo Burnett.
يلا. I've been elected twice as a judge in the IAA in 1998 and 1999. In those two terms, I met Raja Trad socially after the conferences. And then I was studying at that time digital marketing and online database marketing, CRM solutions in Washington. And he offered me, why don't you come back to the Middle East and we start the first digital communication agency? And my respect and admiration to Raja made me accept immediately, and I moved to Dubai and we started LB Digital. The first, I believe it's the first, I'm not sure. But among
so
the
here you see the
multinationals-
vision of here you
Raja.
see the vision of Raja.
Absolutely. And we started talking about digital integration. And from business perspective and understanding the market, Raja was, I would say, my mentor. And I believe that you should make another podcast with Raja because you will see the real substance.
أكيد, I will be honored. Definitely.
طيب. That's my open invitation.
طيب. Give me, let's jump into an example of كيف هذا الدريم تيم اللي كنت عم تقول انه فريد كان عم بقول اخذته 25 years. Let's take an example. I was saying that you were part of or leading on SCC
Yes.
while working on the new businesses وكل هيدا الشيء.
Hey.
How you got SCC? يعني let's take this as a manifestation of this dream team.
Oh, my
Or
God.
probably it was one of the biggest pitches.
You are triggering memories 23 years old.
بعدنا شباب ماشي.
Amazing. Look, I think one of the biggest pitches in the history of Middle East was the STC pitch in 2002.
Wow.
All the multinationals being invited, and it was, a massive, I would say, budget, and they have lots of ambitions. And as I remember, I guess Ernst & Young being the lead consultants, Karim Sabbagh at the time, and they sent a brief, to all agencies. I need to switch a little bit to Arabic now to explain to you because...
على راحتك.
Thank you. كان assignment, it's a corporate campaign to introduce the new slogan or the new positioning. I would say, نعمل اليوم لغد واعد. And they wanted a campaign to promote this new positioning. As I recall, all agencies structured internal teams. Each agency, 5-6 teams, even Leo Burnett, Beirut, Dubai, several teams, Saudi teams. It was the talk of the town, as they say. For me, I'm grown among Bedouins in the desert. maybe I know Quran very well. I had to know it by heart from the age of 5 to 12, those 7 years. You should know Quran very well. And that's why my Arabic language and my Islamic culture or the Arabian culture being strong and profound. Beside my late father, he was a poet, and Arabic literature meant a lot to him. So we grew up in an environment, in-house, out-house. It's based on understanding.
I can relate كتير coming from the same background, both of us.
So نعمل اليوم لغد وعد, and what triggered or inspired me is the structure of the wordings. العمل الوعد, اليوم الغد. So you can see there is a relationship between two things, and this relationship inseparable. I drew at the time a triangle. How can I connect Quran, which is the Islamic culture, with telecom and the form of art which is respected in the culture, poetry? And I looked at the central idea that connects all. I found in Quran 2 words at that time, العروة الوثقى. العروة الوثقى هي اللي بتوصف علاقة بين اثنين ما بينفصلوا، مثل الزر والعروة، الليل والنهار. That was the core idea. And I wrote a poem at the time اسمها العروة الوثقى. Let me remember some words. يعني كانت بتقول عروة وثقى بين الأرض والسماء بين الحجر والبناء. I don't remember all the words, بس بالأخير عروة وثقى بين الرحيم والرحمن، بين الصلاة والأذان، بين الحضارة والإنسان، بين العمل والإيمان، نعمل اليوم لغد وعد.
Wow.
It's a long poem, and the creative strategy was to present maximum in 20 minutes.
Okay.
So in
But usually هيك pitches بيكونوا بيعطوا الايجنسي
3 hours.
2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, 2-3 hours. But the strategy was because they are attending 3 pitches a day, and each pitch like 3 hours. So that was at least my strategy. It's not the agency strategy. That was I was thinking between me and myself that if we can do it, because the lead on the pitch was Farid, of course, and because it was big, Raja, I remember an incident that it's worth maybe saying, just to show you how he was a man of vision. We've been in the conference room, everybody in the region, yani maybe like 30-40 creatives, preparations. Yes, okay. Exactly. He was revising all the creative ideas before sent to research. At that time, Dr. Huda Kusa was the head of research. They wanted to research the campaigns before presenting. I was the last to present, so I stood up at the time and I said the poem, simple. And everybody was silent. Raja stood up and he said one word, ربحنا البيتش يا شباب, and he just left.
خلاص عارف.
You know, and then Farid fine-tuned, we worked together to visualize the whole poem. And we presented.
شو كانت الرياكشن تبع أنا definitely no one would expect Leo Burnett coming with a poem. Yes. هيدي هي البيج ايديا, البيلر اللي عم تبني عليها كل شيء. و this poem influence من القرآن.
طبعا يعني ليك في فن البلاغة أو الخطابة ما بتوقف وبتسلم وبتحكي وبتفتح يعني discussion, بتفوت دوري, هيدي من البلاغة. فأنا وقفت يومتها كان it's very overwhelming conference room مخيفة, فأنا وقفت هيك U shape بالنص وقلت كلمة واحدة: عروة وثقة. طبعا كان في ناس من الإسلاميين الملتزمين، فوقف دوري إنه هذا شو عم بيحكي يعني، the core of Islam يعني. فيمتى سألني قال لي وقف. قلت له تفضل. قال لي شو اسمك؟ قلت له عماد فرحان سلمان العلي، بدوي من بني معروف. فقال لي بسبعة نعم كمل. طبعا يعني أنا فهمت عليه إنه أنت منين جاي عم تحكيني بالقرآن وبالعروة الوثقى يعني. ف لما خلصت الحقيقة كان في التشيف ماركتينج اوفيسر بلس ذا كونسلتنتس وكل التيمز. اليوم هو واحد من الوزراء في السعودية. فوقف قال وقف شعر بدني يا رجال، شو هالكلام، خليك عندك. والحقيقة طلع يومتها وهي انفايتد الأستاذ الملحم، كانت شيرمان الأستاذ خالد الملحم. فنزل وعدنا البويم and all what we produced at that time is a small animation of the corporate movie and 4 posters. That's it. Maybe it's worth mentioning كمان إنه the lead on media strategy كان طارق انترازي. وطارق we have been aligned with him إنه again his media plans and strategies or budgeting, he did it in 20 minutes. So we have been the most, I would say, nimble, straight to the point.
بنرجع هون للستراكشر، the team,
That's
the
true.
dream team.
That's true.
And eventually كل واحد عم بيعرف يعمل شغله.
Very well synced.
ما رح أسألك هلا شو رأيك about the brand.
No, I'm not aware يعني I'm
ما
not involved anymore.
ما قلت لك ما رح أسألك.
Because
ما رح أسألك.
again back scope of my experience is very limited
ربحتوا
today.
أساسي بيج. أنا بعرف في خبرية لها علاقة عن an old man, a taxi driver.
Who told you this?
I know it.
Okay.
عامل الهومورك تبعي
طيب.
مستر علي. And something related to المطار رياض. أعطينا هيك بدي أخذ منك كم خبرية. It's nice.
الحقيقة it was August and I'm coming back from Riyadh to Dubai. Apparently I went to the wrong airport, and when I need to catch a Saudi airline flight back, and they told me no, Saudi airline is in another airport, so you have to take a cab and go there. It's so hot. And when I went to the taxi parking area, I found an old man and he came to me, taxi, I'll take you to the airport. I said, fine. And then I discovered he has a very old car without windows, without AC.
Hey.
And I said, it's August. He said, listen, please help me. I'm a poor guy. I was confused, because I sympathize with him, but it's too hot and he doesn't have an AC. And then I told him, okay, how much he will charge me? فرد علي قال لي بين الأرض والسماء وبين الوعد والوفاء أكثر من 30 ريال ما أخذ منك. I was shocked يعني تعرف كيف؟ قلت له لحظة أنت شو قلت؟ فأخذ بالظاهر من الأوت دور ومن الميديا أخذها واعتبرها إنه هذا قسم يعني عم بيحلف فيه. فلما حسيت إنه قديش هيدي الكامبين influenced the culture أو people, that was shocking for me. وطول الطريق أنا جرب أشرح له إنه I wrote this. بقول لي لا عندنا هذا شاعر في البادية معروف، أنت لبناني ما تعرف.
أنت الشامي ما لك علاقة بالموضوع.
إيه it was funny. It was
ليك عماد أنا I've worked with you and I see how you process and how you tackle an idea in a very uncontained way. يعني دايما هيك you have nice surprises. وبعرف as a creative person أنا بمطرح المطارح coming up with a creative idea, it needs time. It needs a trigger. يمكن you need to take a lot
it needs discipline.
It needs discipline. بدك تعمل research and let the information sink in. At the same time, بعالم الايجنسيز you don't have this luxury. So بدك تاخد وقتك بس انت you're rushed. There's clear deadlines. There are different projects عم بينشغلوا in parallel.
True.
It's an operation that is built by the hour sometimes and all this. You're pressured by the element of time. Yet as a creative you need time. What's the shortcut to bypass that? يعني اليوم انت من العالم اللي ليكو listen guys, in order to come up with a campaign we need 5 days لأنه for it to the creative process يمشي, for your ideas to sink in, to do validation ومدري مين, or لا, you can shortcut this.
Okay. Listen, there is a professor by Harvard, he once said, creativity comes out of the blue except there is no blue. Your brain is your data center. The more information you have in different industries, any product, and the minute you receive a brief, you categorize it under which industry, what are the issues of those industries, where is the pain of those industries, what are the innovation opportunities for each and every industry, that will accelerate the process. You need data.
So there is a bank
Data
idea
in your brain.
In your brain.
Constant. You need to constantly.
This is why you read, this is why you listen to music, this is why you get inspiration, you get exposed and all this. And
correct.
نهار من الأيام you need something بوب تطلع.
You need the
شو أقصر كامبين عملها؟ أخذ معك وقت.
Oh my God.
أنا عارف الجواب. لأنه إذا ما قلتها أنا حقولها. طيب لح أحرجك. I know.
Remind me. لا sorry بس أنت بتقول لي عارف الجواب.
طيب. I know that one time اجا بريف من حكومة دبي and you needed, Leo Burnett needed to deliver a campaign in 45 minutes.
Yes.
Irrelevant of the reasons. I know كان في misunderstanding وصار بقلب ليو etc. بس the reality is حدا ندق بابك قال لك هاي we have 45 minutes and we need to present مش لحيلا client.
Okay.
صح؟
صح. Like, I have a colleague, he was a regional account director, and I adore him. He's the most, I would say, intelligent and sweet person. Nabil Mfarij. He rushed into my office. He said, Emad, there is miscommunication somewhere, but we need to submit a campaign to the executive office in 45 minutes. That was the weirdest request I ever had. And it was a mega campaign, you know, but because I've been working on the brand and I read the brief with him, and sometimes you need to be lucky. I mean, I got the inspiration. In 45 minutes, we submitted a campaign.
And this is where you believe the data
is important. Look, in 19...
يعني أنا my aim is لحالة حدا عم بيسمعنا. Eventually there is the challenge, and I know that because I know you, I know عندك روتينك, عندك discipline تبعك, which I believe at some point in the podcast لازم نحكي عنه.
Yeah.
There is يعني creativity بمطرح مطارح is a science. I know that you always tell me إنه pitch is a science. So part منها هالdiscipline and the idea of having constantly collecting ideas, collecting these data, putting them in your mind, and knowing what to match what. لأنه creativity هي بمطرح المطارح taking this, matching it with that, وتنانتهم يمكن منهم طالعين out of nothing. They were taken from something, but matching them is a newborn. كيف طلعت بال 45 minutes campaign?
Any creative idea is built on 5 ideas. You need to understand, first of all, the business idea. Steve Jobs, when they asked him about his business idea, he said, computer on every desk. Simple. That's my business idea.
So.
Any client you are handling, unfortunately, many of the creatives, they go to the market communication, creative idea directly without understanding what's the core of the business idea. After the business idea comes the marketing idea. from the marketing idea, the communication idea, then the creative idea, and last the execution idea, where our directors, gets involved.
Yeah.
So you have 5 ideas. When you work on a brand, if you have enough experience on the brand, so those 5 consistent ideas, it becomes easier for you to come up with something based on those 5 ideas in a proper way. And you are still on strategy, you are not off strategy. But you need to build a lot of data and experience. So we have been successful at that time.
طيب let's close on Leo Burnett تنط على شيء تاني with my last question, and then I want to go back للبارت تبع process of creating ideas and how you can be on brief and off brief.
Okay.
عبالي for you that you give me a funny story, okay, that happened at Leo Burnett مع فريد مع رجا ما بعرف بدك. And I will tell you why I'm asking this story. لأنه eventually in this industry, very, very tough industry, there's deadlines, there's stress, there's pressure, there's مطرح مطارح politics, فيها competition, long hours, etc. كل مرة هيك بحكي مع عالم in the industry or they left the industry, I see most of their memories, it's about the people and the fun that they had more than the campaigns. يعني في كتير عالم بسألوا هي عشو اشتغلتوا براندز؟ طلع انه في براندز اشتغلنا عليهم for 10 years بس نسيناهم. But we kept these funny moments. So ما معقول انت تكون for a long period of time in Leo وما تعطيني شيء.
نروح ونحكي a lot of funny hilarious moments.
Give me one about Raja.
About
Raja.
Raja, one time he called me, he said, rarely, Raja, he gets down to the cafeteria area.
Okay.
But he was busy at the time with some financials, the management meetings, and so on. He called me and said, meet me at the cafeteria. I need to discuss something with you.
Okay.
I said, fine. And Raja, came down without a jacket, a necktie, very relaxed. And we sat on one of the benches in front of each other. Before we start talking even, there is a newcomer, account executive hired by Starcom.
Okay.
He came beside me, he sat beside me, and he, I know him before he joined us, so we have been saying welcome to the agency. So this guy, he looked at Raja and said, do you work with us? And Raja told him, yes, I am, yes. And he told him, what's your position? Raja told him, account manager.
Hello.
And the guy, he started looking at Raja.
لقى في عمر.
Yeah, لا في عمر إنه بعدك man work hard, work on yourself, you can become better.
شد حالك.
إنه I am an account manager وبعدني فايت أو account executive. I don't remember exactly. But Raja was looking at him and smiling, and that guy kept lecturing Raja. And I've been nodding, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And
أنت ما صلحته.
No.
Okay. شو عمل رجا
if Raja did not correct him, so I let the whole thing continue. And then Raja called the HR, invite all the newcomers to the agency. I think I need to meet everybody. And he called all the agency actually to the mega conference room. And this guy was at the first row in the center.
قعدوا لي إياه
هون. بالcenter. At the time, اتأخر Raja شوي, and everybody anticipating when Raja is coming. And this guy was looking at the door all the time. Raja is coming. And when he saw Raja coming, and Raja, mashallah, charisma. And when he came in, the guy, look at his face. He didn't know how to, to talk even, And Raja
صار
came to
وجهه
him.
RGB.
Yeah. And Raja told him, it's not your fault, it's mine, because I didn't have the time to meet all the newcomers. You're most welcome.
حلو leadership.
Yeah.
So he blamed himself for not being properly إذا بدك engaged with the team.
He gets engaged with everybody. I remember يعني حتى he used to pass by good morning to everybody when he has time. He sits with people and regional. I'm not talking about Dubai office only.
طيب رح نسكر ليو برنات. اوكي خلينا نرجع للبارت اللي كنت عم تقول understanding these 5 or structured an idea where you have different
Built on 5 ideas.
built 5 ideas. كيف انت عماد after all your experience you find the real pain of the client? يعني eventually we are in this industry, we say we claim we're selling ideas, we're selling creativity, blah blah blah, but we know بعرف انت بتستعمل كلمة اذا ماني غلطان commercial artist صح؟ أو شيء
That's
هيك.
true.
Eventually we're here to solve a business problem, as simple as it is.
We are
طيب.
commercial artists. We're
Commercial
not fine
artists. We're using art, we're using our skills, we're using the craft, we're using whatever it is to solve a business problem. And the best way is to find the pain so you know شو بدك تعطيه. But that's the hard work. How to find the real pain.
Okay.
Is it personal relationship مع الكلاينت where you let him talk more وإذا الكلاينت ما بيعرف شو real pain كيف أنت بدك تعرفها إنه it's not easy. يعني أنت اللي عم تقول I need to have a business idea, I need to have a marketing idea. Okay, طب all this to solve something. And finding this something most of the time is challenging.
Look, I focus on the business objectives, not the marketing objectives.
Okay.
What's the bottom line? Where is your pain? And mainly in sales, and it could be the issue is the corporate image. It could be wrong product. It could be many things. But I look at his business objectives. Where is he today, and where he wants to go? Many people they have ambitions, but unreal. Neither maybe he doesn't have the time or the budget, or there is an obstacle somewhere. If I'm not aware of the business objectives, because that's the bottom line by the end of the day, how he will evaluate the effectiveness of our campaign, it reflects on his sales or his bottom line balance.
Give me an example how you contribute on the بالcreativity تبعك and to provide a solution other than providing a campaign. يعني you provide a solution that help him build a business, help him in their business, help him in this, versus a creative campaign. لأن هي شغلة أنا دايماً بلاقيك يعني again out of experience, and I believe that I'm lucky in this, where I see you thinking about how can I use my creativity to contribute to the business, and it's aligned with what you were saying before.
Look, I'll give you a quick example. Al-Fardani Group, they wanted to a senior creative to handle their brochure talking about their 50th anniversary. What they have achieved, what they contributed to the community and the economy, and they want somebody senior to sit with Omar Al-Fardan to get the brief and all of that. And I was there listening to him, and I told him, listen, we can talk about the past as much as we want, but who cares about the past? What's your promise for the future? That's where people are interested in.
And contribution.
What's your contribution? And then he said, I don't know what I can promise him. I said, okay, let me understand the family more, your business more. And I discovered that they are one of the biggest pearl collectors in the world. So the solution was, again, I don't talk creative campaigns, I talk always creative solutions, not necessarily to be a campaign, to answer an objective. So we designed for him and we created the Pearl Museum because he has a treasure, I'm talking about more than 5 million pearls, something like that, in a collection, one of the most unique collections in the world. So why don't your contribution will be a pearl museum that contributes to the welfare of the economy, to the image
هلا
of the
بالادت
country.
لازم نزيد نحن البيرل ميوزيوم. I remember مرة فرجيتني اياه. It's really
Yes,
impressive. We're
yes.
gonna add it هلا بالادت.
So his budget was like $50,000. It ended up 50 million to meet his objectives. At the same time, there was a gentleman, he owns cinemas in Dubai, I would say, and he had a grand opening. And he was worried and panicking that he has only like $70,000 or $50,000 left. And he have 3 days for the grand opening, and he was really under serious stress. I told him, relax, all what I need is to fill the cinemas in one day. We need $5,000 max. We bought SMS messages from Etisalat, and we send it bilingual to all mobiles. And once I saw him again, I said, how was it? He said, listen, I didn't ask you to block Dubai. I asked you to fill the cinemas, The officials could not reach the cinema. So it's usually I look at the objectives, and then I balance between an objective and the budget, allocated budget. Many times I tell the client, you're wasting your time, or that's more than enough. So the most important is to meet the objectives.
It's very important for creative people to keep focus about and always remembering why are we in this business? What's our mission in this business? Is to manipulate the creativity that we have to fit into a mold اللي هو the client eventually will be satisfied by. مش لأن نقول له yes and we're gonna do this. Eventually satisfaction اللي هي on the long run, which is building the business for them and getting sales, building the brand. These real objectives. مش أنه get me likes و get me ما بعرف شو. هلا أنا عم ببتسم لما بتذكر امبارح عم تقلي about a bad client ما رح نجيب سيرته خلص. There are stories ما لازم نخبر.
There are a lot of stories.
Give me an example, some situation where it was off brief. حتى لو كانت هيك عبرة. يعني عم نحكي قصة جدية وبدنا نقطع قصص هيك مهضومة.
That was one of the big lessons for me too, because when I accept a brief coming from my colleague, I take it for granted. That from that day, I decided I will investigate and I will check every single word in that brief.
Nothing for granted.
Nothing for granted.
شو صار خير؟
It was a presentation for one of the Qatar Islamic banks. And my brief was to prepare a complete corporate services campaign for this bank. So it took us 2 months, preparing and working, a proper pitch for him. And we went to Beirut and we are presenting. And the committee, they're looking at me, where is the logo? Where is the logo? And I discovered by end of the day, all what they did do is brand identity, facelifting. They did not request for a campaign. They have their campaigns. All what they need is to improve the look and feel of their logo. That's it. So that was a big lesson for me. And I said, from now on.
Let's talk about pitches.
Okay.
How do you pitch to win? هلا أول point اللي هي check your brief and validate that the information that you're getting, right? But pitch is a science. وأنا هيدي I always you always talk about it. And eventually there's a certain formula that you do that, or there's a certain boxes that you tick in order for you to win.
There are 3 steps for winning a business. Before the pitch, there is a huge homework to be done. During the pitch, internal and external, and post-pitch, relationship with your target segment or your the pitch owners. It's massive. It's not, again, it is pure science. And many people, do me a campaign. And, no, I'm strict and very well structured when it comes to pitches. And stopwatch is crucial. Syncing the actions of the team is very crucial. A pitch is 30% idea, 30% packaging.
شو قصدك packaging?
The design, if you're
It's how you present this
no,
idea, you mean?
packaging, the presentation style.
Okay.
If you want to buy a small car, whatever, you find that they invested millions in a showroom, sales with a necktie, the way they present the car. So in our field, we need to know how to present our solution or campaigns. The aesthetics, the environment. This is 30%. 30% is how you present. Usually, a tall guy, we tell him, don't come close to the people, you intimidate them, stay away. Short guys, presenters, come closer so you don't look a tiny part. There are lots of techniques, even
Where you sit,
all of
room
this,
dynamic.
all of this.
Yeah.
Even during the pitch, how you talk to each other, how you pass notes, who's allowed to talk, who's not allowed to, because this is, by end of the day, it's a business, and you need to be extremely disciplined to do it. 10%, I'll say, it depends on the mood of that day of the decision makers. There are so many factors.
The unknowns.
Because the unknowns could affect this 10%.
Okay.
But if you do your homework, you have enough 90% chance.
Okay. And you actually, what بفهم منك انه there is a strategy. هلا you mentioned لما كنت عم تحكي عن SCC, there is a strategy for the pitch. يعني this hour, يعني I have 2 hours. How can I do the best out of this hour?
Absolutely.
This is the pitch lead is the one مسؤول عن هيدا البارت, or you were the one that is dictating and this is how it could be, أو حسب مين knows what's in the room, who's in the room, and all that. And do you actually have a clear rehearsal when it comes to this?
I always say rehearse. No question. You need to keep rehearsing until the last second. Every word counts.
هلا اللي عم يسمعنا اللي عنا من فيرما كوين هلا رح يكونوا عم بيقولوا ليك فراس هيدي مشكلة. أنا لأنه من العالم that I don't rehearse. شفني هلا بالبودكاست. I refuse to rehearse. So لأنه I trust, I like to keep things هيدا, but at the same time definitely I build a strategy in mind. بس عندي مشكلة بالrehearsal. أنه let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Agreed, yes, but let's not rehearse on them. كل واحد بيعمل شغله لحاله.
Internally, you can do whatever you want, but when I am facing a client, I do a committee. And listen, again, if you're leading new business, you have responsibility towards the brand or the company. You need to be...
That's your core job by end of the
exactly.
day.
And internally. So you cannot take things for granted. You cannot. There is a huge responsibility, internal and external, for both parties, and you're in the middle. And therefore, you need to be extremely disciplined, extremely strict with time, and with the quality. Why I say discipline. Discipline consists of 4 words. Number 1, respect. Even in a relationship, you start with respect.
True.
Respecting your agency, your management, your leaders, respecting the client and his objectives, his needs, And respect comes from understanding. The more I understand you, the more I respect you. If I don't do my due diligence, I try to understand Firas, I will not give Firas his due respect. I need to understand. The second one is commitment. Do you have the will to commit to deliver? If you don't have a commitment, it takes you nowhere. If the third level, I would say, here where comes the passion and love, because the first two fundamentals you have met, you start feeling, the love of giving, the love of doing, the love of creating. The fourth, I would say, aspect or the fourth pillar is maintenance. You need to maintain this relationship inside, outside. You need to maintain your relationship with the creative idea. I consider the whole
And
thing...
not to be rigid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like a love relationship.
Yeah.
Exactly. You respect by understanding, you commit, then you start living the love or the passion, and by the end you maintain. If you don't follow those disciplined, I would say, or structured values and in sequence, some people, they succeed, but I call it success by default. Discipline is very important.
Agreed. Like, I relate to what you said. To myself, I always talk about self-discipline, and I live by it word by word. And preparation is a big part of it. And الفرق بيني وبينك, what I don't like, I prepare a lot, okay, but I cannot go into rehearsal. لأنه هلا when you set the part passion, I believe be letting things هيك بوقتها تطلع إذا بدك, وأنا بعطي margin واسع
Look, you are
when it comes to this.
Listen, Firas, you are intelligent enough to improvise. When you are dealing with a big team, and each one has a role,
and there's a lot of risk. I know, I understand. I understand. أنا بنتبه المارجن that I allow myself لإلي, I don't allow it for others. So I can relate كتير.
Exactly.
لأنه بعرف أنه eventually I will pay the price for that. Okay, أنا تجاه نفسي, my responsibility تجاه نفسي is something that I will pay the price for it. But if I was pitching in the name of someone else, لا, level of responsibility قدام البراند تاني, let's say. يعني أنا اليوم if I was part of Leo Burnett, definitely ما بسمح لحالي إذا بدك ألعب كتير. بس by end of the day, being an independent agency like Firas McQueen, and I'm on top of it, I allow myself هيك margin أوسع من حالي, okay, without abusing it.
Knowing you, I know that you are very disciplined. I can see, knowing you, how much you write down notes and how structured your calendar. So, you're an exception.
It's not an exception, بس كل واحد عقله بيشتغل شيء. أنا what I believe, يعني preparation is what for me. يعني research, يعني ليك الفكرة البنك, إذا بدك data bank in your mind, ideas, information and all this, I relate a lot to it. That's how my brain functions. يعني reading a lot, researching a lot, listening a lot, اسمع عالم عم بيعملوا criticism about an idea, killing an idea, debating an idea, وبجمعهم كلهم, I let them sink in, وهو كلهم بعتبرهم part of the preparation. بس when it comes to إذا بدك taking notes, يعني بياخد notes, bullet points to structure an idea, but I don't build this whole scenario about word by word and rehearsing in this. So بعتبر خلص, you have, I know the direction, يعني كأنك رايح أنت مثل Google Map إذا بدك, you take from, it is taking you from this town to this town to this town, بس الطريق اللي بوصل له مرة بطلع طريق جبل, مرة بنزل طريق هيدا. It depends on the weather, it depends on the dynamic of the room, it depends on all this. هيدا اللي برتاح فيها. Anyways, let's close this. You spent all these years, 20-something years in Europe, working كله بالcreative side. From you worked in-house on multinational brands. Multinational brands when it comes to agencies. We mentioned Leo Burnett, BBDO, McCann, and others. And here you are today. قررت انه I want to start my own brand, my own. جمعت كل هال اذا بدك التولز حطيتهم بالتول بوكس تبعك، فتحت الباب طلعت لبرا and you called it tomorrow. Why tomorrow?
Simply, I'm not interested in yesterday nor today. Where we're heading, where the technology is heading, where the industry is heading. That's what interests me.
Where tomorrow is heading?
And I always say before AI and after AI, two different eras. So tomorrow, stepping into the AI era, you cannot negate or
do
not
you see
recognizing that the whole thing has changed.
Emad, do you see with AI, knowledge is growing or is shrinking? And I think this is one of the biggest debate. And AI is a facilitator and facilitator تتكبرنا knowledge أو لا, because it's a facilitator, knowledge that we have is shrinking. How do you see this?
There is the technology and the content. You need to understand both. Content, it will add knowledge to you. But technology-wise, you need to understand it. Let me give you an example. Dr. Fritz, he is one of the professors, researchers, published a paper in 1962. He said that university graduates, they will lose half of their knowledge in 10 years' time. So what they have learned, it becomes useless or not valid anymore.
Okay.
In 2008, Professor Tom, he published another research saying, not anymore in 10 years, in 5 years, your knowledge, half of your knowledge become absolute. No value in it. With the rise of AI, I will tell you, and that's my biggest worry, that your knowledge, you lose half of your knowledge almost every 6 months. It's that serious. Therefore...
but actually you're not losing knowledge, you're using the need of this knowledge. يعني
the value of this
knowledge and the functionality.
Absolutely.
أنا هالknowledge, okay, بعرفها بس شو بعمل فيها ما بعمل فيها.
It does not contribute to anything anymore.
So it becomes a sort of art.
Exactly.
Okay, like a piece of art. It's nice to have it. Okay. بس actually ما بتطعميني ولا بتعمل شيء ولا بتغير شيء بالclimate ولا anything. It's a piece of art. Is this what you're trying to tell?
You can witness it in many ways. In architecture, for example, if we have a chance, we can talk about the architecture and AI involvement and how it changed the architecture process, I would say. Many of the architecture tools with processes have been vanished in no time, in less than, I would say, a year.
طيب بس creativity or understanding metaphysics of creativity بعدها the same, right? What's your view on this? And I know that this is one of the things اللي هيك تحب تحكي فيها.
Look, metaphysics, to understand metaphysics, Plato, centuries, thousands of years back, he described it and until today is valid. You understand creative idea or metaphysics or any metaphysical idea through, number one, logic. You need to have a rational thinking, aesthetics, and ethics.
Meaning.
Those three aspects,
Meaning.
You need to have high ethical and value standards. You need to have pure logic and being pragmatic, and you need to be aesthetically aware. You understand aesthetics. The three together, when you have, I would say, deep understanding of the three based on a certain topic. I'm not talking in general, you need to focus. Then you will understand what's beyond things. The Persians contributed to the beauty of architecture, but with simple formula. They said, Al-Jamal زائد الجلال يساوي الكمال.
شو الجلال؟
Al-Jalal, that's something with substance and value.
Okay.
You know, this formula,
So الجمال plus
Al-Jalal يساوي الكمال.
يساوي الكمال.
That was the formula for architecture. And that's why you see all those motifs, patterns, structures, based on their understanding of ethics, aesthetics, and logic, and how to reach the divine beauty. Those rules did not change, but how to analyze them, how to think about them, that's where AI now is going to play a mega role.
أعطيني one example. One simple example.
Okay.
يعني
No,
mapping what
I'm
you
not
were
going
saying.
to give you an example. I'm going to share with you what I have noticed and my point of view.
تفضل.
There is one word we all need to know very well the importance of it: authority. Authority, it was in the hands of the most powerful, the richest, and all of that. So they used to dictate the rules and regulations and what is right, what's wrong.
صح.
Then authority shifted to I would say, to the religion bodies. All right. So churches or I would say religious communities, they took over the authority power and they started dictating the rules and systems.
Yeah.
It continued until, I would say, the French Revolution, where you witnessed the rise of parliaments and voting systems and all of that, and the authority moved to the people.
Yeah.
All right? With the rise of AI, for the first time in human history, authority is moving to a technology. They will decide. If they decide, and we are talking now still in the early stages, once AI becomes self-aware, not only authority, ethics, standards, and value will change. It will be dictated. Now, human beings today, we are considered the second smartest species on Earth. We are not the first anymore. AI is way more smarter than human beings. And again,
But
they did not reach, look,
كمل الجملة.
They did not reach yet to the self-aware. Once they reach the self-aware,
feeling will sentiments will
okay. Now
these are intelligence in a way or another.
Come again.
And we always talk about passion.
Today, when we are talking about, as you know, that when we talk about AI, the philosophy of AI, how we deploy AI, it's a complex topic, so don't expect me to simplify it. It took me studies starting 2012 until today, almost non-stop studying, the early research is done or released about AI and what's happening. Today, we are talking about hybrid intelligence. Human beings interacting with machine to speed up a process or to perfect something you're doing or creating, right?
Right.
This is hybrid intelligence. If you don't know the machine, how it thinks, how it works, how to interact, it's an issue. One of tomorrow recommendations, on which we will release soon, is about brand planning how to position a brand and make it ready to communicate with AI. AI is a rigid data. He understands the brand mission and vision, totally. But how can we humanize and make him understand the human aspect of the brand is by adding the brand passion, not only vision, mission, what's the brand passion. Now the AI can understand.
Love it.
Yes, the brand from business and the human aspects. We will be publishing, and we applied this. And by the way, we did not reinvent the wheel. We just modified the wheel. It is a Harvard Business School methodology in strategic thinking and brand planning. But we
so
modified
hyper-intelligence that you are referring to is خلينا ناخدها بالعالم تبعنا من branding or the science of building brands, where we're used to, probably, I don't know, from the 60s, we have the vision and you have the mission,
value proposition, unique selling
and
proposition.
what you're adding is the brand passion.
The brand passion.
Which something that will help AI perform better. It will help the human to remember. And I'm like, my interpretation from what you said, tell me if I got you right. It will help human to remember what this brand stands for, why it means for us, and eventually manna بس بقى الvision والmission, it's the passion behind this brand. Does it make sense?
AI is a machine, right?
Right.
The heartbeat of the machine is the brand passion. If you want to give a heart to the AI engine, it's the brand passion.
You get along مع AI أكثر, you get along مع البشر?
My goodness, that's a very difficult question to answer. I use AI as my digital twin to accelerate, to help, to support. A human being, my interaction. Listen, there are two types of human beings. You'll find me silent in their presence. I don't talk. The most intelligent, because I need to understand. I let him talk and learn, and nothing compensates for that. I look and I chase those intelligent people or people with experience to listen to them. And the second type is the most stupid. You'll find me silent. I don't waste my time arguing. I just accept. It's a fact. It's a real fact.
كيف مقسم البشر براسك؟
Funny question. When I meet people, usually I categorize them under 4 categories.
Okay.
The first category, he's smart, intelligent, and with high ethics values. Very ethical, very structured, very kind. The second level, smart, but nasty, ruthless. This is the second type. But those guys, usually you'll find them in business, He's shrewd, but he thinks twice before he harm you, because he starts calculating, am I going to harm myself? Is it good to build with Firas a relation? They are intelligent. So they are less harmful.
So they're kind by choice. They're not kind
by nature.
No, that by nature.
Absolutely.
Okay. Interesting.
The third category, very kind, very ethical, soft. You spend time with them to joke, to laugh.
بس بيعة.
بيعة ما خصهم.
Okay.
And the fourth is the worst. Really ignorant and stupid, stubborn, and without ethics and values. Those I avoid, and it takes me sometimes, human beings is like a jigsaw puzzle. You need to collect little pictures, takes time to understand. But somehow, I can evaluate from a very short period which category this gentleman or that lady is, in which category.
Okay.
And immediately I decide what type of relationship to build with this person.
Do you think that we will reach some point where AI, يعني كنت عم تقول أنه authority is moving towards AI, هل authority will allow AI to actually to make a judgment and people they have to abide by it؟ لأنه هيدا مفهوم الauthority. being هلا ما عم بحكي advertising، ما عم بحكي branding، ما عم بحكي أي شيء، عم بحكي in general لأنه whatever applies on a high level will apply in our يعني this campaign will work. AI said this will campaign will work ونحن علينا أمرك سيدي. أو this guy should go to prison ونحن علينا أمرك سيدي. Both of them are kind of the same concept.
Okay, listen. We work.
And what if these bad, nasty, stupid people they
have access?
They have access. لأنه AI will let them not be stupid anymore, and they're nasty enough and ruthless. They lack ethics. يعني most probably there's a high chance that they will know how to manipulate and use the best out of AI. أنا هلا عم برسمها الصورة براسك وبراس العالم عم بيسمعونا. Being in our industry, in our profession, or being in anything else. يعني اليوم I'm a ruthless creative director وصلت محل معين by chance, by دعوست على العالم, by whatever it is. And AI will allow me to overcome, surpass, win على a talented creative director or art director, whatever it is. And eventually I'm driving result. يعني رايحين على عالم where eventually it's a bit scary when it comes to this, no? أو أنت متفائل أكتر؟
Look, when it comes to AI, I'm pragmatic. I'm not متفائل ولا not pessimistic or optimistic. I take the fact that how it is.
طيب.
Second, today there is something called prompt engineering. And if you don't know how to interact with AI, it does not help you. People think they are learning AI today. You know, they go to Midjourney to produce an image or using those video generating AI solutions, engines, and they think I'm learning prompt engineering and the capabilities of AI. But actually, AI is learning us. Humans, they think they are learning and, utilizing and using AI. AI is using you now. He is learning everything about every single one of us.
Okay, what to do about it?
Then
فيك تعمل شيء؟
No, you cannot.
طيب بتومورو اليوم
But by the way, Elon Musk and others, why they raised red flags around the world? Why? Sometimes when I go to bed, I feel, and I've been reading research or something, and where are we today? I cannot hide my concerns and worries. I cannot, between me and myself, And again, AI until now is not self-aware. On LinkedIn, we write articles, some AI insights, okay? And that's the best we could do. We are AI consumers. There is a lady on LinkedIn once wrote something, we need to do this. I told her, hold your horses, We are consumers of AI. We're not the inventors, we're not the creators, we don't know the whole technology. So, take it easy.
طيب. Let's go على حديث هيك عملي هلا أكتر.
Okay.
حكينا part on the ethical level, a bit philosophical level, drawing the picture of the future and defining AI as much as possible. Let's go back هلا بالبارت الحديث about our industry and now today what are you doing بTomorrow? Tomorrow is a creative solution agency. It's not an advertising agency. I always بسمعك تقول انه ما related social media وهالخبار وبوست and
That's
all
true.
those. We know that. And you found an opportunity that in AI you can have an input على البزنس تبع العالم more on of the client, more on the مش بس on the aesthetics, مش بس generating picture, but actually helping them building businesses.
True.
Okay. And I would like to take real estate as an example. Real estate لأنه for people to know that you have an extensive experience.
That's true.
من زمان وجر about real estate and you invest a lot of energy in real estate. You're interested بهالشيء وبحديث being architecture, being the business of the real estate part, the concept development and all this. Let's have a deep dive about few examples, tangible examples that today there are clients where you're using AI beyond ChatGPT وbeyond Midjourney and beyond this. وين الإمباكت تبعنا؟
Look, I'm going to answer your question in two parts.
يلا.
First part, when you say real estate, the most important element is the architecture design, the mass planning, the master plan, the concept design. That's part of it. Luckily, I studied geophysics, so I have 2 years experience in the architecture school. I learned the basics, luckily, and that's a long time ago. Then, 15 years ago, I met whom I call the Mozart of architects, my best friend, Albert Magdusian. Albert man, exceptional. I met with him during, he was presenting one of his master plans, he presenting several, and I sensed how intelligent is this guy. Everybody was against him. I'm the one who was saying, but this man, you don't understand what he's talking about. So we conceptualized together several projects. He was, imagine, lead article on Heart of Jeddah project. I'm talking about Atkins, Callison,
Wow.
the big architects, and he was the lead architect. He is so
lead architect pitching on the project, or not actually?
No, the development management, they appointed all of us. They appointed us to conceptualize, and he was the lead architect to do, to supervise the master plan and the hotels, the whole components of the project. Imagine he spent years studying coding and AI technology. And at one time he came and say, I created hacking. I said, listen, explain to me. And he showed me the solution of hacking, phenomenal. What architects need, let me put it in another way. What hacking can do in 1 month, architect needs 95 years to do.
Wow.
On top,
95 years.
95 years in 1 month. And I'll give you examples now. We work together on 3 mega projects in Africa. And people did not believe that what we could do by end of the day, but until they saw it. The human interaction or the human output in development could reach 76%, hacking 99%. I'm talking from massing, master planning, architecture design, financial model, complete.
BOQs, كل شيء.
Complete.
Yeah.
Full details.
Okay.
The first project, it was, they thought it's a challenge for us. It came from Dakar Olympic City, the developer and the investment companies. They had only 20 days for the inauguration. And the government, they don't have yet all the data. What's a project? Where's the movie? Where is the financials? What's a concept? We delivered the whole project.
تحكي 20 days without ما في شيء.
Nothing. Just borders and components.
There's a piece of land وبدنا نعمل فيها city.
And they had initial architecture design when we analyzed it. we improved the efficiency 300%.
Okay.
We changed the whole thing. Anyway, soon it will be revealed on our website. We just announced it. We delivered the whole project with full details, with everything within 20 days, including the branding, positioning, and the promotional movie. The same people, they are participating in the first African AI conference in Gabon, and they have been pitching for Gabon Technology City. To be honest with you, 8 days. We had only 8 days to meet the conference deadline. We designed a complete city with all the information, but of course it was exceptional. We did not sleep. And we did the movie, the branding, everything, 8 days.
طيب هون سؤال. An honest, I
Yes.
expect an honest answer.
Yes.
Is it AI did this
Again,
or تعرفوا تستعملوا AI which helped you to do this?
no question is hybrid intelligence. No question. The AI gave us solutions, then we rejected some of them, and we told them this is the concept. Actually, the concept came from us, not from the AI. We told the AI what is
So that's
our
an
concept.
example of the hyper intelligence that
Absolutely.
we're talking about. So experience still matters.
Very much so.
Research, understanding the context, business solution, or understanding the business, coming up with solution, they will keep on mattering in the future. But eventually, what AI, it will give you access to resources, usually that you need to hire a lot of people. Yani something like this. I've worked on master planning before, on cities master planning, and I see that it takes جيش من البشر working on the roads, على السيفتي, على القوانين, على من
To
وين
do
جاي
one master
الشمس.
plan takes you a year.
Definitely. To work من وين جاي الشمس.
Do you know how many
الwind,
master plans we
research
gave
and
them
all
in
this.
8 days? 490 master plans with calculations.
Define calculations.
Means the shadow, the temperature analysis, view analysis.
Percentage of the greenery, percentage of
Complete.
كذا,
How
عناوين
many
البلد.
parking, how many apartment, what the size of every apartment, the roads, the whole thing. Hacking is designed based on our knowledge. And this is, we can, if there is a developer, they have a special request or requirement. Immediately we train Hacken based on the new requirement and the new parameters. It's going to, and in no time. But the engine, it's the property and the creation of Albert. And now it's being used by McKinsey, Deloitte, and many consultants to evaluate real estate projects, if it is on the right track or not, and how to improve it.
Emad, is it safe to say that we're going into a world where the business consultants, they will be هلا رح أقول no longer needed, بس أكيد فيها exaggeration, بس إنه the idea are less needed, and where the client needs experienced technical people more. لأنه usually in such a case, first you hire a business consultant يعني بركب الموديل كله سوا. They will hire an architectural firm. They will hire a master planning unless في اثنين. Or إذا كانت a big firm بيكون عندها الbranding part يخلقوا الconcept. They will get the auditors in order يقدروا يعملوا هالشيء. They will get the engineers يقدروا يعملوا BOQ and the procurement, etc. هن اللي عم بيديروا إذا بدك the whole team, and this is where you have a lot of people.
Correct.
So moving forward, AI, is it replacing how the technical, or actually replacing whoever is collecting all these data?
Becomes the consultant
Becomes the consultant
himself.
حلو.
We are today considering Hacken as the consultant. We are building the data based on the given, the license, the land size, and all those information. And he consults us with the best way possible.
Cool.
You need to see one day how the calculation and how the AI is working to create and structure the mass planning of the master plan. It's phenomenal.
It will be great هلا كمان للعالم عم تسمعنا انه to show edits from this project or these two projects اللي حكيت عنهم تبع دكار. What's the second one?
The Olympic City بدكار, الجابون. الجابون is the new government ministries district. And we announced it on our website. Campaign wrote about it. And we will release all the videos and whatever been done there, you know. It will be released or revealed soon. It's I'm talking about a complete city. We did that in a 1 month.
Wow.
Even the ministers, they wanted to know.
You don't feel as a creative person who all your career managing creative people, yourself, you're a creative person, you don't feel threatened by AI. يعني you're very يعني من أكثر العالم. I remember أول مرة كنا قاعدين عم نحكي عن AI وفتنا فيها وكل شيء، رجعت أنا على المكتب إنه guys إنه طلعوا فينا خيي ليكو we're still in our 30s وكذا إنه we're resistant to AI. شوفوا عماد فايت فيها all in.
I'm going to use a term. I'm not going to elaborate on it or explain it in details. It's a bit complex. Find your digital twin.
أو شو ما بدك تشرح لي تفضل.
It's very complex. You need to train an AI to become your digital twin.
Okay.
The replica of
what will happen in the industry where you are training your AI and actually someone like you with
speed,
30,
accelerating speed,
30
extracting
X
data.
years. قد ايه عندك you've been in this field 30 years.
Yes.
طب المفروض you should be training other people. You're training actually AI.
I'm still a trainee myself, you know. Like, how do you want me to train? I'm still learning.
هذا جواب
No, it's true. It's true.
يعني.
No, I'm trying to be really honest. I'm still learning.
طيب deal.
I'm sorry, you know, but that's why I said even.
فيني فوت بموضوع personal تسمح لي أو بنشحط؟
Depends. Go ahead.
ما فينا نشحط. I'm your partner so مشغول فيي. عماد كيف لك جلادي؟
جلادي لشو؟
To wake up every day still working on creative solutions, still dealing with clients, still challenging yourself about learning, and I see how much you learn, you talk, you challenge ideas, you challenge stuff that I feel like sometimes you have, it's an unrested soul, يعني you're still hungry. There is a drive somewhere. أنا يعني بتطلع فيك أوقات يعني امبارح مثلا كنا عم نحكي أولت امبارح دي عم نحكي again I'm so tired هلا حق عليك لأنه بنبقى لوجه الصبح and بقول يا عمي أنا لما أكون محلك بدي أكون سطلة شي محل، بدي أكون قاعد مع البقرات، بدي يعني بعد عندك energy and drive عن جد. Why? How?
Curiosity to know and to produce, to create. I would say it's a passion driven by pure love.
تخص love.
Everything has to do. If you don't have the driver, the love driver, you go nowhere.
What's the secret behind love? هلا أنا عم ببتسم.
Behind love or my love or what? What's your question?
What's your secret behind the real? يعني there's a real driver. And you always take. Sometimes you mention love somewhere. And it doesn't make sense يكون love and for the love of the industry, of the love of the creativity. I don't believe it.
Look, Firas,
Yes.
I design and I create for the women I love with respect to the brands, companies, objectives. I respect all of that.
Okay.
But the woman I love is the priority in my life, and it's the driver, the real driver for my passion to create. Actually, nothing I create, she does not see first before a client even. Get her consensus, her support, and then I move on.
لحظة. عيد. You're telling me that waking up every day, still in this industry, challenging yourself on the creative level, studying AI, going into things that تسهر الليالي, working.
Do you think money is my driver? Fame is my driver? I don't
Like,
go
honestly,
to...
ما بعرف شو الدرايفر, بس it
My
was
driver
something
is
that I
pure
always
love.
wanted to ask you.
No.
لأنه I don't get it. أنا personally I don't get it, but I wasn't expecting you to answer me that. يعني كنت عم ما بعرف فكر تجي تقول لي something has to do with your childhood, your push to do more. I don't know, something like this. I wasn't expecting.
You cannot say not expecting, because I'm sure somebody dropped this to provoke me. Sure.
when قالوا لي I wasn't expecting this, so I'm honest.
Okay, يعني,
طيب.
because your question is really personal, and somebody gave you the insight. It's true, all my life, at least for the last 10 years, that's how I function. I need a driver. I need to feel I'm doing it in a human way. It's not for financial or nothing. And sharing knowledge, a partner in life is extremely important, but you need to find the right partner.
How do you choose your partners in business, and how do you choose your partner in life?
In business, I told you the 4 criteria how I evaluate a personality and ethics standards and intelligence.
So you score someone,
of course,
and based on that.
Ramzi, I know him more than almost now 20 years. Literally هيك ما بيغلط.
مرة هيك بيتوه, ما بعرف إذا كنتوا هيك عم تفشخوا علي. But you told me إنه تعرف إنه me and رمزي ربحانين pitches بvalue of $200 million. أنا قلت براسي إنه إذا هذا الشيء مزبوط, Leo Burnett was so extremely lucky by having you. And if it's not true, ليه عم بفشخوا علي؟ أنا العبد الفقير يعني إنه. Is it true?
Like, we hardly lost a pitch. Hardly. Through the years, me and Ramzi worked together. Ramzi was, beside being the managing director of Egypt office, he ended up the regional strategy officer. And we worked on pitches and STC as well. And we were workaholic. And sometimes it was real fun. And I would say we hardly lost any pitch.
Nice. نحن Simon.
So the partnership is natural.
It's natural.
Did not need an effort,
Hey.
And as much your partnership became natural.
Thank you. It's time نحن we start closing this podcast. طولنا كتير. I'm curious to know إذا بدك, if now كان رجع معنا على الطاولة, شو بتقله؟ وإذا كان فريد معنا على الطاولة, شو بتقله؟ وإذا كان ماهر معنا على الطاولة, شو بتقله؟ I know this dynamic was a unique one, and for me it's an interesting لأنه براسي when I'm asking this, يعني for every group or إذا بدك successful people, they have a Farid, whatever is his name. They have a Raja, whatever is his name, and they have a Maher, whatever is his name, and they have a Emad, whatever is his name, and the other few people that build this brand across the region. But I'm curious to know what you would say for each one of them.
Luckily, I'm still in touch with all of them. For sure, I miss the old days, but I think, being in touch, you never know what opportunities comes. But we are definitely very close, in a very respectful and passionate relationship, genuine,
بس ما
honest.
جاوبتنا على سؤالي. What you will tell Raja, كلمة, جملة, whatever.
No, I miss Raja all the time. Simply, I miss Raja around.
طيب.
Because I loved listening to him.
فريد.
Farid, I'm in constant in touch,
مصر ما
communication
جاوبنا.
with
طيب. وماهر كمان.
Maher, yes, and Maher, by the way, he is the business brain. Unbelievable. Man is an engine. I told you, he's the mission guy. And, they are just right. That's a very emotional topic for me, by the way. It's not only rational,
I know.
I'm very attached to those people, and I learned a lot from them. They have certain sets of values, phenomenal. And that's what made them successful.
True. Emad, one last word for put in mind someone in their early 20s, mid-20s. If you have one advice you would like to give them in this industry, in all the creative industries.
That's a question bigger than me. I'm not a trainer, I'm not a philosopher, I'm a still learner. Read. Simple word, read. If you don't have the curiosity to know, you're wasting a serious time. Now there is you don't have time. Maybe 10 years ago you had time to delay things. Today you cannot. Social media, I visit every day, 30 minutes. Check what's going on, the trends, but no more than 30 minutes. There are some people living on it, and they're losing the real substance of technology. So the new generation, read, learn.
Read, that means invest in yourself. Reading needs patience versus social media. And if you look at actually on social media, you are actually reading. But when we say reading, that means you need to be patient. You need to read pages. You need to be patient to jump from one idea to another. من chapter to chapter. Remember, on social media, when you look at the mobile, you're skipping. You're taking إذا بدك هيك قشور الفكرة and it is training you to be impatient. لأنه we all know the syndrome of 10 seconds and you skip, 10 seconds and you skip. بينما in the book you cannot jump from chapter 1 to chapter 10 to chapter 20 لأنه ما بتفهم شيء. You actually have to read the whole book page by page.
That's true.
And eventually that means invest in yourself.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself.
Respect by understanding. Again, think of your life as your love. She deserves real respect, real care, real understanding, real support. And you need to maintain your knowledge. You don't do that, that's fine. There is no discipline in your life, therefore don't blame anyone.
True.
I hear people many times in interviews start complaining and blaming. wasting your time. Focus on what you can do, and if others can benefit, good. If they don't, focus on what you do.
True.
Stop complaining.
وانت اكبر دليل عن هذا الشيء in your discipline, in your hard work, in your great intellect.
I hope
أنا
so.
بالنسبة لي a great friend that I'm very humbled to have and welcoming me to your circle. The talks that we have are always entertaining. They're more than entertaining. They're بياخد منهم زوادة كبيرة. And you have a great influence on me, and what I was trying to do in this podcast is to bring a bit of a taste of the value that you bring every day to whoever will be listening on the podcast, and I thank you for
I hope
that.
I did well, because I'm not a podcast guy. I'm not a public guy. Won many awards. I never go to stage.
Hey. هول معجبين عم بدي أقولك.
Actually, there's a friend trying to reach me. I'll talk to him once we're out. I hope I just shared my limited knowledge in what I experienced, and I hope, and again, I'm not an authority, I'm not a reference, just you asked and I answered you as faithful as possible.
Thank you, Emad.
Thank
you for your time, and thank you for having me in Dubai. I'm sure إذا بدك one day لما أقنعك تطلع على لبنان, we're gonna have another session عنا بالمكتب. It is on my list إنه صالحك مع لبنان.
It's a promise. I'll do that.
All right.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, حبيبي.
يلا. Bye.
No presents, huh? I did not prepare for a present.
It's fine.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.